All right, we're back. I have no idea what happened there. Not really sure. We look like we had excellent connections as far as our stream analytics the entire time.
Beats me.
It went away. So the internet's not foolproof. Sometimes there are issues that are beyond our control, and that happened now. But at least it was at a decent stopping point there. As we were saying, 11 of the 14 SEC teams are represented in some way in these bowl projections against South Carolina. 12 of 14. South Carolina there for one of them, not the other, and then the other 11 all included in the deal, including, frankly, I mean, from a straight depth standpoint, where you would kind of put the splice point of good teams versus teams that just got bowl eligible. I mean, frankly, only a couple were in sort of the lower tier bowls. You know what I mean? I mean, you're looking at least 8-4 seasons for the majority of the league.
Yeah, I still have a hard time with the whole Arkansas-Mississippi State thing, but
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We'll start playing next week.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yep, we'll find out.
One way or the other. So.
Anyway. Oh, they both had Kentucky in
the Belk Bowl or the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, looking through, Florida was in the Citrus with both. Georgia was in. Kentucky with Duke's Mayo. Missouri was in the Houston Bowl. Carolina was Gasparillo and nothing. Tennessee out. Vanderbilt out. Alabama, obviously. Arkansas in the same bowl game. Liberty. Auburn, Music City, LSU, Outback, Ole Miss, Gator, State in Birmingham, and A&M and something. So, 12 of the 14, 11 of the 14, depending on how you want to what you want to look at there. We'll jump into questions a little bit. Did get a few from the thread I put up on the site a little earlier today. One of Neal's favorite shows. More hated, Skylar White from Breaking Bad or Judge Snell from Caddyshack?
Ooh. Skylar.
See, I was going to Snell because it's a comedy and he's just annoying. I didn't find the comedic value from him that maybe I would from other characters in the show. And the whole point of Caddyshack is no depth. You're not getting like character arcs in Caddyshack. So to me, a comedy with a bad character or not a bad character, but a character that I don't necessarily like as much as the others, a bad character. Skylar is more complicated than that.
Oh, very complicated. You go from liking her to.
But look at the stuff she's been through. I mean,
I get it.
Because we make Walt the protagonist of this show, and he's an evil human being. I mean, it's a slow enough burn that you're not like, oh, he sucks.
He becomes
and he's a great
evil.
character. But
he becomes evil.
He becomes a psychopath.
Yes.
Skylar's dealing with some shit, okay? Like, there's stuff going on.
We're all dealing with it.
I'm not even necessarily defending her, but, I mean, yeah, late in the series, she was very difficult and kind of insufferable at times. There's no doubt about that. She also made some weird decisions. When your husband's becoming a drug kingpin, is that when we're going to decide to cheat on him and to potentially bring another person into this fold?
Yeah, that was a mistake.
The Beneke thing, probably not the best time for that.
Yeah.
When he's building an empire on crystal meth. Just saying.
She snapped, though. Skylar did.
Well, yeah. She also adapted to his way of life and was very helpful pretty quickly when you really look at the overall timeline. She was resourceful and beneficial there for a little while. Pretty fast.
Yeah.
I mean, we're laundering money and spoilers and things.
Oh, come on. That's like there was a thread on the board and someone complained about it, like the Game of Thrones stuff. Okay, you have to think, when you look at a thread that says Game of Thrones Season 1, that there might be spoilers. So if you've not seen it, you don't read the thread.
Well, it's just like there was a Ted Lasso thread about Season 2 that I did not open because I knew I would not.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to open. No, I'll deal with it later. But no.
And so my response to it was I rejected the report and I said, I'm not a babysitter. Stop.
Yeah. G210 Reb says, well, Walt had a lot on his plate. He did.
He did.
It's very true.
He did.
Yeah, I mean, I think she gets an overall bad rap, but she also was very annoying. I think both those things can be true at the same time. We're cheering for Walt.
Well, it's the beauty of that show is that nobody was a hero.
Well, no. I mean, the best person on the show from a straight moral compass was Hank.
Yeah.
There's not a huge...
Don't you think Hank knew?
Well, they didn't write it that way because of his shock and awe when he's on the John and he picks up the Walt Whitman book and it's got to WW and you have the eureka moment. And then the way Walt gets so much credit for what he says in that next scene because I guess that was the end of the season. They come back with the next season. They're in the garage. That's why this show is so different if you watched it live and had to go week to week and then an off season. And that crawl from good to bad is so slow and so meticulous versus binging it where you're just picking it up and going and going. It's a completely different show that way.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Because I binged it.
Yeah, it's still great, but it's a whole different viewing process on how you interpret the characters. Because I watched it live where I'm even like week to week listening to podcasts, analyzing every episode. And I mean, like I'm off in the woods with this thing live as it's going.
Yeah.
But you come back for that next season and Walt gets all the credit for, one of his top 5 lines in the series, which is when he tells, because Hank's like, I don't know who you are or whatever. And Walt goes, well, if that's really true, tread lightly. Basically like, hey, we're warring now. We're here. But Hank's performance in that scene is frankly probably better because he's so pissed off and he's so hurt that he's mad because Hank was the most prideful person potentially on the show. I'm the cop, I'm the DEA guy, I'm the guy that's supposed to whatever, and this dude's been right under my nose and I'm embarrassed. Because throughout the series, the one thing Hank never wanted to be was embarrassed. And Walt has embarrassed him at this point.
Yeah.
And his frustration and anger building up on finally coming to the realization of that's what's going on was one of the better acted scenes in the show, but Walt gets credit for that one line as he's doing, which frankly he kind of made a thing. Because I mean, that was in the later seasons. That was one of the better things about Walt was his ability to, on a flip, go from Walt to Heisenberg. Whether it's talking to Hank, because he's almost like pleading for his life, and you can't do this to me, and then all of a sudden, hey, tread lightly. I mean, it was just instantaneous. He put the hat on figuratively, and he's flipped. I mean, it's like a season before or whatever when he's talking to Skylar in there and he's just kind of ignoring her or whatever, then he tells her that he's the one who knocks when she keeps talking about that she's worried for his life because of all the drug activity and the people he's involved with. And she kind of hit his pride and he went, no, I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody gets killed and somebody gets a door knocked on and you're worried about me? No, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's complex. You should go back and rewatch it again. Take it all in.
I don't know, man.
You're done. You saw it one time.
I mean, I got to the end.
Okay. This is a question for Zach. For you, still have a shot at any of the highly rated in-state players? Trevino, Williams, Jaheim, Otis, Rogers, etc.
Tell me the names again one by one.
Trevino, Williams.
I don't know.
Jaheim, Otis.
Slight chance, but not much.
Rogers.
Yeah, good chance.
Okay. Fair enough. We have Rockin' Rebel says, have y'all settled on a plan for the season with coverage or everything on Zoom? How's your coverage going to go? Personally enjoyed the shows last year for what it's worth. I expect, well, I'm not going to say expect, I guess it's true. Home games will have in-person availability. We will have someone on site for that.
Yep.
The SEC actually has put a rule in where all road media is Zoom. So there is no in-person road media.
Which makes it where, and we had this debate with a handful of other writers last night in a text. They said, so what are you going to do? I said, I'm not going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are, well, I can't cover a game from home. Yeah, but you're not covering it on the road, champ, if you can't talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
The number of people, and I shouldn't say this out loud because I should be so thankful, the number of people in our field who are not flexible.
There was panic when it went to that, yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday or whenever that was.
I just looked at it and went, yeah, it's kind of what I expected. I was ready.
Ooh, Georgia Rebel says Ozark is better than Breaking Bad. Ozark's really good, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not willing to go that far, though.
It hasn't sucked me in the way Breaking Bad did.
It's good, and I'm very happy about it.
I mean, I almost blew ACLs 4 times on treadmills watching Breaking Bad.
Because you got
once because of the incident that was like, that's it. And there were 2 or 3 times that I was so into the episode that I didn't realize that my run, because all you can do on a treadmill that I was on was 60 minutes. And I didn't. And at 60 minutes, it would automatically slow down to a cool down speed. And normally, I would just hit reset and go 60 more minutes.
Okay.
And 2 or 3 times that the 60 minutes went up, and all of a sudden I would go from 7 point whatever I was to 4.5, and you're like, boop, there goes the knee.
Yeah. I am really glad they went there when they went there, because had that been in season 2, I don't think you ever finished the show.
No.
You were so close to the end by that point that you could
Well,
cut
it took
through.
a break.
You did. You watched like half The Office at that point before you came back. All right. Let's see. Storm Team Rebel, which should be on the menu this weekend. Pick a drink to make. Liquor store run at lunch today. Hot outside. Just make a daiquiri. A real one, not like the stuff out of the box. You need a couple ounces of rum, white rum, not the spicy dark stuff. You need an ounce or so of lime juice, and you need about a half an ounce of simple syrup.
That's it.
Put it in there, shake it up, pour it in the glass. You're good to go.
That's it.
It has lime, so shake it, don't stir it.
Right.
Yes, unlike the martini that James Bond would make, which is incorrect. So
yes,
because that has no fruit juices that need to be shaken. That needs to be stirred. So it bruises it, but nonetheless.
Someone wants to know if you're going to the Grove this year.
Have not been to the Grove since, unless I'm forgetting something, I haven't been to the Grove since 2008 or 9. Something like that?
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah, I mean, I could be forgetting one time that I went to see somebody, and I probably am forgetting something. But no, that is not my not my desire from a game day. Do you maintain your own lawns? What type of grass? Which fertilizers, herbicides, insecticides do you utilize? Go ahead and deal with armyworms this year. I do not. Neal does to a large extent or all the way. I had stuff put on my yard for armyworms. It did raid my neighborhood pretty good.
Yeah, we had to have it treated. Appears that we caught it in time.
Do you enjoy it?
Yard work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as the heat's not
I don't even run the heat.
Do you not?
I bought a really good edger trimmer this year.
He's so excited when he said that. I know you guys on ESPN 8, but that's like the most he's perked up all day right there talking about his edger. And
like I dropped some coin on it.
Did you?
Because I got tired of the cheap ones.
Well, because there's nothing more frustrating than a bad edger now.
Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
And this one, this bad boy, it just rocks. It's fantastic.
It's one of the few things where I know, like, my age that I laugh about. Everybody, like, makes those jokes. Like, I bought a new blender this week, and I was so excited. And I'm like...
What kind did you get?
It was a Ninja something.
Uh-huh.
But I'd been using the NutriBullet, and it's been a great small blender for years. I make my protein shakes with it every morning.
It was time to make
day.
a move up.
Well, it was starting to burn up. Like, no, I was starting to smell it.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, okay, we got a fire hazard here. We need to get rid of the NutriBullet I've had for like 5 years. I mean, it's made 1,000 protein shakes. So, yeah, I got the... Frankly, though, it's so big that... And it's another thing where you get older and you worry about these things. I don't know really where to store it because it barely fits under the counter and it's huge.
Yeah.
So I don't really know where to put the thing.
Just leave it out. You're going to use it every day.
Yeah, maybe. I'm a little OCD, though, in that way, which is odd because it's not I'm not that OCD in a lot of ways. Too many appliances out on the counter bugs me.
Sure.
So if the toaster's out and the air fryer's out and the coffee maker's out, now the blender's out.
You use the air fryer much?
We use it for Carly Ann's stuff that's quick.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not. I mean, I got some buddies that can do some damn delicacies in those things, but I don't.
We've always debated getting one. We've never done it.
The speed is nice.
Yeah.
If there was something you're just going to bake for 15 minutes, getting it done in like 6 is kind of nice.
Yeah.
But no, I've never like taken the plunge. I know people that do like fajitas and stuff in them and like can doctor it up pretty good. But no, I'm not one of those humans. Should Ole Miss require proof of vaccination or test prior to stadium entry? I see no reason for that right now. I don't anticipate them doing it, frankly. Georgia said no. LSU said yes. Is that what I've
LSU
seen?
said yes. Georgia said no. You know, it's curious. Was that a state of Louisiana thing or was that an LSU thing? Because you tried that in North Louisiana and good luck.
Well, it hasn't been announced there, right?
How do you even do it?
So the Dome did it, and then LSU followed right after.
Is that right?
Yeah, the Superdome
Saints
did
it.
Yeah,
And it has not gone over very well with Saints fans.
The regular season has not changed yet, but I am curious about how the next 2 weeks go on that. So far, there's been no actual tangible change, but we'll see where it goes. Like I checked regular season games yesterday, and it was still like 150 in the door.
Okay.
So that's normal.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen here. Should it? I mean, the season starts in basically 9 days. I don't know how you.
That's a fast turnaround.
I don't know how you can. And here's my question, and it's a legitimate question.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the people that have to check this at the gate? And I realize everything is ticketless.
You almost have to have it registered. Well, no, you can't because you could show the 72-hour thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I feel sorry for the people that are checking at the gates and having to fight people on this. It's not going to go well.
And this is, in the quick aside here, they had another meeting yesterday, the aldermen did. They removed, I get it, city, not university anyway,
sure.
So they don't have jurisdiction. I was trying to think what they did with the vaccinated thing, but that wouldn't count because it's outside anyway, so never mind. By the way, in the city, there is no more outside mask mandate, but never mind. It doesn't translate the way I thought it.
So officially, all that the city did with the whole deal was you now have to wear a mask when you walk inside.
Inside, if you're not eating and drinking, or actually there's like 10 different things, but I think there were either 11 or 13 different exceptions when I was listening to the. I actually got the list up somewhere, but I as of right now, I have no indication that Ole Miss is going to do that. We'll say that and put it that way. Is it weird for a restaurant to serve a fried chicken plate named after an actual chicken that lives near the restaurant? You mean like they have a pet chicken in the yard, and that's like
so when
Leo's fried chicken plate?
When you eat his friends,
that is a little weird.
Yeah, a little strange.
No, you don't want to.
A little macabre.
You don't want to put something on the menu that is. Should Starbucks always delay the release of pumpkin spice in the South? Who wants to drink fall when it's 100 degrees outside? Look, people eat that up like hotcakes, so I don't blame Starbucks for anything they do because it gets purchased. But is it almost kind of like the McRib that if you made it available all the time, people would be less likely to get it? Is it like this weird seasonal fascination? I'm not one of these humans, but these humans exist.
The pumpkin spice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean the seasonal thing where, oh, God, I can't wait till November.
Yeah. No, I'm not that guy.
But if you had it 12 months, I wouldn't give a crap about it. No, I mean, I either like it or I don't.
Sure.
I mean, I would have no issue if Chick-fil-A left a peach milkshake on the menu all year round. Breaking news.
It's a explosion outside of the Kabul airport.
Oh, okay.
I was looking for the remote.
Okay.
But it's over there.
Okay. I have a hunch that if you served it year round, it would lose the pound for pound. So I think they did the exact right thing. If they limit it to just fall or any less, then I think they're losing money. But if they went too much more, I think it becomes too available. I think there's a certain seasonality that makes people more likely to buy pumpkin spice lattes or whatever we're talking about here. I do. I think that's very likely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if you were telling me something. Or
No. I'm reading the Wall Street Journal.
While Neal's catching that up, I'll tell you for all your real estate needs, check out Nick Tan & Associates, nickstanoxford.com, 662-281-1200. Go to the website. You can see gallery view, map view. You can talk with an agent. Plenty of different availabilities there between Clay DeWeese, O'Keefe Graham, and their team. Decades of experience here locally in Oxford. They sponsor my 321 football content item each week. You can click the link in that item. You can also click the link in my signature. Take you to the website and find what you're looking for with your next home purchase or home sale here in the Oxford area. I've used them on both sides for that multiple times, and you should too. Again, Nick Stan & Associates, 662-281-1200.
We're also brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. If you are thinking about traveling holiday season, maybe you're already planning for next year, get in touch with John, give him some parameters, give him a budget, let him give you options, and no, you don't have to live in or near Memphis to take advantage of his services. 901-494-3387 or send him an email, jedwards@regencytravel.net. First-time clients can save $50 off their first booked trip just by telling John you heard about Regency Travel. on the podcast. Also brought to you by Alpha Specialties. Alpha's at 1670 Highway 80 in Pearl, Mississippi. They're your trailer-specific professional. If you want to haul it, they can call it at Alpha. They've got load trails, the premium brand trailer. They've got Hallmark cargo trailers. They've also got the ability to work with third parties to have game day trailers and concession trailers built just for you. Listeners can get 10% off a yearly trailer service and inspection at Alpha's full-service shop. And just give them a call. You can learn a lot more. 601-932-9798 or check them out at alphaofms.com. And we're brought to you by The Rogue. The Rogue is your destination for fine men's clothing. Their stylist hand-select pieces from top designers, from work to lifestyle to nightlife. It's the perfect something for everyone at The Rogue. All the best items from Peter Millar, Martin Dingman, Jack Victor, Halsey, True Grit, Duckhead, and more. 4450 I-55 North in Jackson or therogue.com.
Question here. Who would you take for best bet for NFL Rookie of the Year? Let's do offensive on this. Trevor Lawrence got the starting nod, so he's probably the favorite. I'm going to go with Najee Harris, though.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You like your boy, Zach?
I'll go Zach Wilson, but Najee Harris is a really good pick.
Yeah. 4 of the last 8 Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year winners have been running backs, even in a quarterback-centric league.
Saquon and...
So there's a little precedent there.
Sure.
Alvin Kamara.
Oh, yeah.
So a couple different let's see. Go back a couple of years. Greg Sankey gets his pick of 4 from this group. Who does he take? Okay. Oklahoma, Texas, SC, Clemson, Oregon, UNC, FSU, UVA, Michigan, Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Oh, I already know that answer.
Texas, Oklahoma,
Virginia, North Carolina.
Oh, you think he stays in the footprint?
I know that's what he would have done.
Okay.
Don't think it, know it.
Okay. Let's see. What happened is the schools hanging in the Big 12? Do they find homes in other conferences? Do they try expansion? The American will pick up whomever when it's all said and done, and at least one will go into the Big 10.
Right now, Kansas and Iowa State are the two that are...
They're the prohibitive favorites.
And Oklahoma State, too, are all desperately trying to find a home, and if someone offers, they'll do it. They're trying to avoid a deal where they have to merge with the American. And so they'll wait if they have to wait.
Which is more likely to happen? Arch Manning, Ole Miss quarterback in 2024. Jeff Lebby, Ole Miss offensive coordinator in 2024. Manning at quarterback.
Manning at quarterback.
Yeah. Jeff Lebby will be a head coach in 2024.
That's what I would anticipate.
Because, frankly, if you told me he's even on campus, it would be his head coach here before he's the offensive coordinator here, at least, in that relative choice.
Yeah, if you told me that Jeff Lebby's at Ole Miss in 2024, I would say that he's the head coach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Neal, you're forced at gunpoint to eat a fast food breakfast sandwich. Sausage and biscuit or fried chicken and biscuit?
Fried chicken and biscuit. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, if you're going to have much calories, might as well make it better. I mean, go ahead and go ahead and live a little.
A lot of times the sausage in one of those is just so dry, cardboard.
You put jelly on your sausage biscuits?
No.
Never? No. Even good sausage?
No.
You eat jelly on anything?
Not much.
Okay.
I mean, I like it fine, but I don't.
Peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah, sure.
But you'd rather have just the peanut butter.
Or peanut butter and honey.
Okay. That's fine. What about peanut butter, honey, and jelly?
Never done that.
You know, I got a buddy that does that.
I mean, I eat breakfast once every 3 months. So it's just.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, I don't. Like Carson's got a game at 8 on Saturday. He's got a game at 1:15. I'll eat for the first time Saturday at about 3:30, 4 o'clock.
I mean, you sort of intermittent fast without calling it intermittent fast.
Yeah, well, I don't do it consistently, but yeah.
But you're not eating for 16 hours a day, meal to meal.
No, I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah, all good. Appreciate the questions there. Got a few to kill some time. We were a little low on topics today because we're in the last little bit of dead period. I mean, the season obviously beginning here in 2 days.
Yeah, someone was in the thread saying talk more about football. I don't know what football to talk about at this point. I will tell you that I talked to Will Hall yesterday. I'll air that tonight on Hand Raise Guys. Chase may or may not be here for all or part of tonight's show. So I've got some content coming to you. I'm going to talk football with Ryan Brown this afternoon. I'll have that for you on Hand Raised Guys, and I am tentatively scheduled to talk to Andy Staples. So there is some football coming, and then next week there's football.
Are you running that today too?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how long they go and go from there.
Okay.
And also how topical it is, how timely it is.
Sure.
So we got football coming. We just had to get. We had to
get here.
We've never been the people that force a ton of football content or force any content. It's like I get people that go, "How come you haven't written about basketball?" It's because they don't play till November, and right now the focus is on football. And if I use up all the preseason basketball content now, when I write it again in late October, early November, feels sort of pointless to me.
Yeah, sure.
It feels forced.
I mean, we get games 48 hours. I mean, you get real games. So
yeah.
We'll talk about the real games when they get.
Are there NFL games tonight?
I don't know.
Any preseason?
Yeah, I don't know what tonight's schedule is. NFL schedule. No, tomorrow is when it's back.
Okay.
Tomorrow you've got 4 different games. Saturday you got like 8 games.
Saw where Joe Burrow is going to get some snaps for the Bengals.
Yeah.
They seem a little concerned about that.
Yeah, actually, I was just skimming this. It's behind the paywall, so you would need to know the ESPN Plus thing. But it's like the 10 questions for the season. Joe Burrow being worried about was number one.
Wow.
Was the number one thing they were talking about was how he looks here after the ACL surgery. So, tons of content though coming from tonight's show, whatever that looks like, and then again Andy Staples as well. Whenever you get that, also. So we got some guests lined up next week, at least 2. So we'll get those to you. We get into a pretty good game week. Get into our normal schedule. We've been in our normal schedule, but what they look like as the season moves around. So enjoy some football this week. We'll talk to you again here very, very soon. Appreciate the patience. We had that little blip that we're not sure what caused it. Take care. Have a good day.